Welcome to the Unscripted Journey podcast. I'm your host, Cynthia Schoen. Around here, we believe in living life on purpose, not by permission. Each week, we'll talk real growth, fresh starts, and bold steps to create a life that's true to you. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's take this journey together. Welcome back to the Unscripted Journey. I have a wonderful episode for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about protecting your peace and why eliminating the noise in your life isn't selfish. Now, I'm not talking about the noise that comes from speakers on your radio or the television or your social media videos. I'm not talking about the background conversations that are happening while you're having dinner with a friend or with your spouse. I am talking about the noise in your mind, the noise in your environment, and the noise in your relationships. And I want to talk about why cutting it out is one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself. It is a gift, my friends. It absolutely is a gift. What noise am I exactly talking about? Now, it could be different for everyone. It could be intrusive thoughts from the past, things that you think about that are constantly nagging on you, mistakes you've made. It could be old memories that resurface during your time of growth. It could be physical people who drain your energy or don't believe in your dreams. That's just noise and clatter. It could be the pressure to explain or justify your journey to people. Man, I'm so tired of that nonsense. We are done with that. In our unscripted life, we are done with all of this. And just because someone has access to you doesn't mean they're entitled to your energy and doesn't mean that they're entitled to give you their opinion all of the time. You know, sometimes it's hard to even recognize this noise. Let's just be honest. We've gotten so used to it. We have gotten used to being people pleasers. We have gotten used to saying yes to everyone or allowing everyone to have an opinion about our lives, what we do, our decisions. We might have grown up thinking that we always had to be available to everyone or had to provide an explanation of our actions, decisions that we made. Or maybe it was that you felt that you had to keep the peace at your own expense, at the expense of your happiness, at the expense of your freedom. It is time for you, my friend, to flip that script because self-preservation is not selfish. Self-preservation is not selfish. It is surviving, it is thriving, and it's about putting yourself first. Listen, we have talked about this before, that people may think that putting yourself first is selfish, but it isn't. We've come to grow up in a society where it's, everybody wants you to take your time, your efforts, your energy, and apply it towards them and leave yourself last. We're not doing it anymore. We're flipping the script. And having emotional boundaries, those are not walls, my friends. That's the way we filter out the junk. That is the way we filter out the stuff that we don't want entering our thoughts, our hearts, our minds. It is okay to have them. Maybe you've had to distance yourself from someone, even if they weren't toxic, but they're just not aligned with your new path anymore. That is protecting your peace. There are people that come into our lives for reasons and seasons. I've always said that. So you have to evaluate where you are and start thinking about, how am I going to flip the script in order to protect my peace? Because it is not selfish to do so. Some people, they just don't get the journey that you might be on. And even yourself, as you're going through it and you're evolving, it's just a time of exploration for you. And some people don't understand your why, and that's okay. For me, my why, I want to change my life because I want to leave a legacy for my children and my children's children. I want to change the trajectory of my life and where I'm going. I personally want to be able to have more fun, have more joy, have more happiness, have more quality time with the people that I love. I want to stop feeling drained from everything else. And in order to do that, you have to protect your peace, your mind, your heart, your relationships, the very things that you want to hold dear and near to your heart. There is a difference, believe it or not, between guilt and responsibility. And actually, neither of them we are obligated to feel, neither responsible or guilty for somebody else's feelings. That's for darn sure. You have to let go of the need for everyone to understand you, my friends. It's robbing you of the life that you were meant to live. Let it go. Let go of the need for everyone to understand. Let go of the need to over-explain yourself to people. Some ways that you can protect your peace, and I've started to practice some of these. It's not always easy. I'm not going to say it's easy, but saying no without explaining yourself. Have you ever had someone invite you to dinner or to do something, to go somewhere, and you don't really want to go, but you come up with a fake excuse about why you can't go? Why can't no just be an answer? Why can't we just say no, thank you, and leave it at that? And forget about whether they're offended or not. And if people do it to us, why do we feel like we need an explanation for them as to why they can't do something or go somewhere? No should be sufficient enough. No should be a sufficient answer without having to over-explain it. Taking a break from social media is a way to, for sure, protect your peace. You know, social media is that thing that steals a lot of our times. It's easy to doom scroll for hours, watching stupid videos that create all this clatter and emotional, I don't know, it just messes with our emotions and with our thoughts as we see things and compare ourselves. Protect your peace from social media. Shut it off for a few days, for a few hours. It's really important because there are so many voices on there, so many different opinions. Avoid drama-filled conversations. Please don't talk about politics. Politics is one of those things that divides people. I don't like to talk about politics really with anyone. I have my own opinions. And honestly, politics has really ruined, damaged a lot of relationships, friendships, family members out there in this world today. Avoid drama-filled conversations about finger pointing. Just let it go. Even in your own head, stop filling your own head with drama of things that you could have said or could have done or comebacks or this or that. Let it go, my friends. It is stealing your time. People are living rent-free in your head, okay? You're not living rent-free in theirs, but they're living rent-free in yours. Let it go and just be. Choose stillness over stimulation. The Bible says, be still and know that I am God. I'm going to tell you, I struggle sometimes with stillness. In the car, I have to have it. I have the radio turned on, music, a podcast, something going on in the background. But there are times when I'm on my way to work and I'm in traffic and there's commercial after commercial on the radio, or I'm sick and tired of that playlist, that I just shut it all off. I shut it off and I just am still, and I start praying and I start meditating and I just start thanking God, because I feel like when you begin to practice thankfulness and gratitude, man, your attitude changes. It does fill you with this inner peace. And another thing that I'm going to encourage to create peace is to journal. Journal your process before you react. I always say that writing things down, committing things to paper, as you write it out, there's something that happens in your brain. I'm not quite sure if there's a scientific reason for it, but I know that something happens, you commit things to your memory, you remember them better. And journaling what you're going through is going to help you react or not react, right? And some things, my friends, they're just not worth reacting over. I want you to start creating micro shift moments for yourself. And I want to challenge you to identify one thing this week that's creating noise and eliminate it or limit it. All right, what am I referring to? Let's go back to social media. That's a big one that everyone might even struggle with. I would dare to say a lot of people struggle with it, but don't know how to let it go. But on your phone, I know on your iPhone, sorry, Android users, I don't have an Android, but I know on my iPhone, I am able to put a timer as to how long I want to be on social media. And what will happen is that I'll get a reminder saying, hey, you've been on YouTube too long. It's time to take a break, or something to that effect. Maybe it's time for you to put something on there and give yourself a break and eliminate it or limit it. Slowly start reducing your time on there. And when you reduce it, I think it's important to replace it with something positive. That means during that time you're reading a book, or you're listening to a podcast, or you're taking a walk, or you're journaling for a few minutes. Change it, flip it, my friends, and I 100% guarantee that you're going to feel more peace in your life. There's a few affirmations that I want you to write down. And I want you to repeat them softly or write them down after the episode. I'll put them in the episode notes. I protect my peace because my peace protects me. I do not owe access to anyone who drains my spirit. I am allowed to let go of the past and live in the present. Protecting my energy is an act of self-respect. Reflect on them. And reflect on this. What noise needs to go? Guys, we got to let go of some things if we want to live an unscripted life that's shaped for us for a better future. What needs to go? What boundary needs to be drawn, my friends? It is time to start cutting things, people, ideas that no longer serve you out of your life. Draw the line, because it will help you live better in peace with yourself and with others. When you find that you no longer need to explain yourself to anyone, that you no longer have to feel obligated to say yes to everything, when you shut off the things that are creating chaos in your mind, your life is going to look totally, totally different. I want to encourage you to share this episode with someone who might need permission to protect their peace too. Peace is something that we all need. I shared how in the Bible it says, be still and know that I am God. In those moments when it's just you and your thoughts and God, because He hears us, you'll begin to feel a peace that surpasses all understanding. You don't even get it. You don't even understand why you feel the peace that you feel. But it's because you're letting go of the things that create too much noise in your life. All right, friends, until next time, we'll see you soon. Thanks so much for listening to the Unscripted Journey podcast. If today's episode lit a spark in you, keep that momentum going with the Unscripted Journey Reflection Journal. It's a guided space to help you tune in, take action, and start living life on your terms. It's available now on Amazon. Just click the link in the episode notes. And don't forget, I've got free resources waiting for you over at cynthiashone.com to support your growth between episodes. Until next time, live free, stay unscripted.